our presenters here, so we want to make certain that we make good use of your time. Good afternoon. It's indeed a great pleasure to stand before you today in the most humble way, because today is an important day for many people in our city, particularly those individuals that are certainly the last and least, and sometime the lost. My name is Noel Pinnock, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies today, and you are here to kick off two very distinctive programs that are looking to bridge the gaps in our youth who are particularly those most vulnerable and susceptible to entering our justice system. But before I do, I want us to acknowledge Mayor Turner. If you can, please give him a round of applause for being here today. We have Sheriff Gonzales, and you can keep the applause rolling. We have Judge Snyder from the 315 Juvenile Court. We have Henry Gonzales from Harris County Juvenile Probation Department. We have Judy Harris, Deputy Director from the Health Department. We have Mr. Finner from the Houston Police Department. We have Chief Finner, Director Stephen Williams. Keep it going. That's the energy. You know, this is not a funeral. This is a celebration, right? And certainly we have you all here as well. And I will be reluctant, in fact, I would be remiss if I did not thank former Houston Rocket and NBA legend and MBK spokesperson, Mr. Robert Reed, for joining us today as well. He is committed to supporting the efforts of my brother's keeper, and we couldn't be more delighted to have him on the team. So without further ado, I will bring up the man that doesn't need an introduction. In fact, I read in the Houston Chronicle editorial, he's the one who cut the Gordian knot. Give it up for Mr. Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Look, let me say good afternoon to everyone. I certainly want to thank Noel, and it's good to see Robert Reed and all the guys that I used to play with the Houston Rockets. Look, to the sheriff, the judges, all of the dignitaries who are here. Look, research has frequently found an association between children's low educational attainment and parental incarceration. Today is all about saving our kids, saving all of our kids. Law enforcement and child welfare practitioners are often involved with the child before the correctional system is involved with the parent. So enhanced and streamlined communication between the various government entities could maximize the potential to provide the child whatever support is available. And this is all about providing that child with the support that's needed. This is what we are doing today. The City of Houston, the Harris County Sheriff's Office, and the Harris County Juvenile Justice Center. We're implementing programs that will have a collective impact on our children, our youth, and ultimately our city. We all understand that if everyone does a little, then no one person or agency will have to do a lot. I want the City of Houston's youth to avoid crime and violence at all costs. The best way to accomplish this is to always stop, think, and live before making a decision that could jeopardize their life and their future. Stop before you react. Think about an alternative and live to see another day. And as for the youth who have made mistakes and have often gotten off track, we have not given up on them, and we will never give up on them. We have the Redirect program designed to give you a chance by transforming your thinking and outlook on life. We have all made mistakes, but together we can face them, fix them, and move forward. And MBK's Houston Redirect Diversion Program, under the leadership of Steve Williams, Director Williams, uses a comprehensive assessment and case management process that addresses both crime energetic needs and protective factors from the moment a youth enters the program until the moment they exit and are eligible to have their records sealed or expunged. Houston has always been a city of opportunity, a city where big dreams can come true, even if you've made a mistake or even if you've made several mistakes. My brother's keeper, MBK Houston, continues to bring solutions to eliminate barriers that prevent youth from achieving their dreams and full potential. Today, my staff and MBK Houston will outline our strategic approach. I don't want to steal any of their thunder, but we are talking about pulling together to execute some interventions that have proven successful in moving the needle. Intervention that will redirect youth who are in the juvenile or criminal justice system so that they can get back on track. And again, I say I'm personally and professionally committed to ensuring we will do our part and bring others with us to improve the quality of life of our youth in the city of Houston and build a city of champions. I want to thank Judy Harris, Noah Pinnock, Carlton Harris, the faces of MBK presenters, and my director, Stephen Williams, for laying out the MBK strategic approach and intervention priorities. And so please join me in recognizing them as well as all of the others who are here today. And with that being said, let me turn it right back over to Noah Pinnock.
Give it up one more time for Mayor Turner. He talked about potholes, and these kids got the largest potholes in their life. In just a moment for housekeeping, I want to recognize also Pastor David Allen, First Lady Mrs. Allen, on behalf of the Barbara Jordan Endeavors, as well as Wellspring, for joining us today. We appreciate you. Please, would you join me in celebrating them as well? Thank you, Pastor, for coming out. Thank you, First Lady. I'm going to bring up a gentleman that has probably darkened these halls many times, but now he has a new hall to walk down, and certainly still serving in the capacity that brings light to dark places. Welcome, Sheriff Gonzales.
Thank you very much, Noel, for that introduction, and thank you, Mayor Turner, for taking the lead in the My Keepers movement here in Houston. I'm honored to join you and all the other leaders here today. We're all doing our part to show the nation how a diverse community pulls together to take care of people, all of our people. We're a law and order community, and everyone here takes public safety very seriously. Unsafe communities do not enjoy the kind of prosperity that has earned Houston and Harris County a well-deserved reputation as one of the best places to live and work in America. We're also a community of compassion and second chances. We don't give up on each other, and we especially don't give up on our children. Some of our most vulnerable children are those whose parents have found their way into the county jail. Children of incarcerated parents are more likely to suffer the effects of emotional trauma caused by the disruption to their home life. They are more likely to struggle in school and are more likely to wrestle with behavioral problems. Through no fault of their own, these children must deal with the financial hardship caused by a parent's incarceration, and they're more likely to be exposed to drug and alcohol abuse. Listen to the stunning statistics. 70% of children with one parent who's incarcerated will most likely one day be incarcerated themselves and are 5 times more likely than their peers to commit crimes. Recognizing the negative impact of incarceration on families, the Harris County Sheriff's Office launched an inmate reentry program in 2013 under the leadership of then Sheriff Adrian Garcia and Director Jennifer Herring. And Jennifer Herring's here. I'd like to give her a round of applause for her amazing work. Inside our jail, we have 13 case managers working directly with inmates to link them with the services they need to ensure they don't come back because their families need them. These case managers provide wraparound services and a continuum of care to help people overcome substance abuse, mental illness, and homelessness. The services don't stop when these individuals leave our jail. In fact, we work to link them with housing, treatment, counseling services, and any other service they need for at least 6 months after they return home. Sometimes we work with them for as long as 2 years post-incarceration. The numbers show that the investment is paying off. The recidivism rate for our inmates who participate in our reentry program is 20% compared to the 80% national average. The Harris County Sheriff's Office, and this is a real important point because here's the important intervention and prevention that'll be new, is excited to partner with the City of Houston for the My Brother's Keeper movement to do even more through this pilot program targeting residents of 9 high-need zip codes. Mayor Turner and I are committed to making this work. More importantly, we are committed to serving the families who want and need our help in the Kashmere Gardens and Scarborough communities. So basically what's going to happen is we identify individuals that are incarcerated inside our jails. We're going to be proactive, working hand in hand with My Brother's Keeper so we could identify those parents, those individuals that may be parents of children that are in some of these high priority neighborhoods. That way we could proactively, since we already know the statistics that I laid out before, that they're at greater risk of going down the wrong path by virtue of having one parent incarcerated. So we will now be able to identify that child, hopefully connect them to the My Brother's Keeper program, and proactively do an early prevention and intervention work and see what other services may be available so we could change their course and making sure that we could make sure that they have a bright future. And so thank you all very much, and we're very honored and very excited to be part of this effort. Thank you all.
We have a slight deviation to the program. We're going to actually conduct a press conference now. So I'm going to ask Mayor Turner, Judge Snyder, Judge Marshall, the Director of Municipal Courts, come up, please. Sheriff Gonzales, Carlton, First Lady, Reverend Allen, Robert Reed, come on up. And we're going to actually open the floor for questions that may come from the press. And I'm going to move away from the podium. Mayor?
I think we pretty much laid it out in very general terms, but if there are specific questions before the remaining speakers come up, we can take those now, if you have any questions.
Redirect Houston?
Yep.
Carlton, do redirect.
And introduce yourself, Carl.
Carlton Harris. I'm the program manager for the Redirect Diversion Program. Redirect is a program that is designed to help pre- and post-adjudicated juveniles to give them new direction in their lives. So this may be individuals who have already had interactions with law enforcement. They may have criminogenic needs that must be met, and we need to redirect them in the path that they need to go. So it may be post-secondary education, it may be entrepreneurship, it may be them just finding a job. Whatever their needs may be, we know one thing: they all need a mentor. They need a positive male role model in their lives that's going to give them some order, some structure, and some discipline. We work with moderate to high-risk individuals who are often overlooked in our community, who are often just overcast and not given the needs, having their needs met according to the criminogenic factors that exist in their lives. So we believe in dealing with the mindset first, helping transforming their thinking, because if we transform their thinking, then we can modify their behavior, because our belief is our actions are manifestations of our thoughts. So if we transform their thinking using the iceberg model, then we can most definitely change their behavior and lead them in a successful path so that they will not recidivate and become law-abiding, productive citizens of the city of Houston.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, I want to follow up on the Redirect program. My name is Mike Schneider. I'm with the 315th District Court. I've been there about 11 years. We deal with about 60% child abuse cases, about 40% delinquency cases. When I first started, we were overcrowded 11 years ago. We were able to get those numbers down by getting rid of the folks who were low level, who don't need to be locked up. Today we face a different problem, from pre-adjudication all the way to probation and further. The Redirect program has stepped up to the plate, and I want to tell you, this isn't a theoretical thing, something that we're hoping will happen, something that sounds great. It's something that works. There are literally kids who would be locked up today pre-trial but for this program. There are kids who literally would be in prison or TJJD today who are at home in their community only because I trust Carlton and everybody else in this program. I've seen it work. I've seen kids get high school diplomas, get jobs. The only thing missing from this program is it needs to get bigger. So I want to thank you all for this and let you know this is a resource that I've dreamed of for a long time. And it wasn't my idea. It's something that I wanted, and when they came to me and said, we have this wonderful idea, I thought, wow, somebody gets it, and they're making it happen. So thank you all.
Good afternoon. How are you? That's good. I'm Asa Singleton. I'm 17 years old. I attend AVA, Advanced Virtual Academy, and a year ago I was lost. I had no idea where I was going, what I wanted to do. As far as sports and education. And when I met with Carlton and the MBK family, that I can now say is my family, they took me and put me on the right road in an amazing team that they are. They showed me that communication is key, you know, that asking questions is key, and just really revamping my, way of thinking. And I enjoyed it. I love Mr. Carson, he comes, picks me up. We go work out on a daily basis. And I love it. I pray that it gets bigger. I know that other kids as well as myself do need a program like this where they can actually see that change can happen. And I just really want to stand here and say thank you, and that I do hope that this program continues and actually progresses. Thank you.
Well, it's been a while since I sat at a microphone, and I'm just glad something good must have happened, because I must have hit the free throw. Y'all ain't mad at me doing I was playing. But it is indeed an honor to be here at City Hall, Mayor Turner. Thank you, sir, and all the Sheriff. When my playing days here at the Houston Rockets, y'all knew I was out there. I let my name be used, because during the off season, people said, "Where you from?" I said, "Houston, Texas." I represented Houston, and to this day, I still represent Houston, Texas. When I sat down with Noel, with Dr. Jones of Wellspring, and then also I want to introduce my pastor and First Lady, Pastor Allen from Christ Temple, it came back to the same thing. I am working now back in the city of Houston, and I'm honored to be part of these programs. Pastor Allen?
Mayor, thank you for the opportunity. Also, as senior pastor of Christ Temple, our church is located right in the heart of one of the problem areas, Kashmir Gardens. And so I was very excited about the opportunity to just be a part of this, but more excited because we're right there in the middle. So it was just a pastor in the community saying, I'm raising my hand to say, I want to be a part, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there another question we can answer? We get it? Any other question? Yes, sir.
Mayor, good afternoon. How can students and adults get involved with this program? What is the steps on that?
Currently, we're receiving referrals through the Harris County Juvenile Probation Department and the 315 Judicial Court. We're looking to also expand within the 313 and the 314 Juvenile Court as well. Right now, we receive direct referrals from the 315 Court or the Harris County Juvenile Probation Department. So that's where we are right now. We want to expand so we can be more proactive within the community where we can get these kids before they even hit the criminal justice system. Oh, yeah. So there are mentoring opportunities available with My Brother's Keeper. So with My Brother's Keeper, we are working with children within our 3 different feeders, which is Kashmir, Wheatley, and Scarborough. So we are looking for mentors to come help with and partner with us with big brothers and big sisters. So we're working within the school district, HISD. So there are a lot of opportunities. And please, by all means, go to mbkhouston.org, take the pledge, and you can see all of the opportunities that are available for us in the community to help change the lives of our young people.
Real quick, Alvaro, just to expand a little bit on your question, I think another positive piece to this, as I mentioned earlier in my statement, being able to proactively connect with children that we know that have a parent incarcerated will be very big, because it's an early intervention and prevention before they start seeing the impacts of what incarceration does. That's why issues like bail reform are so important, because the more we could redirect people from a troubled criminal justice system, the better it is, because it does have an impact on the family. And statistics show that, abuse goes up, financial hardships, other things go up. So the earlier we could identify who those children are, which we're doing with the work of Director Herring and with My Brother's Keeper and through Dr. Williams, we were able to be cohorts in this and be able to make those referrals as well and identify those children that may need that extra help up front and hopefully give them that support during a difficult time for the family while the loved one's incarcerated.
I'm Henry Gonzales with Harris County Juvenile Probation. I'd like to address your question and really kind of throwing it back to you, because I love to be involved and collaborate with universities to really go back and say, what can you offer us? What is it that you think your institution can provide for us? I mean, I can think of things like mentorships. I think it's great that our young people are able to see people who look like them, who are succeeding, who are going on to do bigger and better things. The colleges that you guys have, like a lot of the other universities, have a lot to offer us. So I'd like to put the challenge on you guys to say, give us some suggestions. Let us know what you think you can give us and our kids. The Harris County Juvenile Probation Department, like the adult system, unfortunately has kind of become that default system to meet so many needs of the kids, and that's unfortunate. That's why I'm excited about My Brother's Keeper, because what we want to be able to do is to turn around and give it to Carlton to say, here, we don't want to, not to sound bad, we don't want to deal with this kid. We want you to deal with him. We want you to give him what he needs in the community, not out of our offices. And I think through collaborations with universities like yours, we can definitely succeed in that.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Then let me just say, we're going to close this portion, but I do want to emphasize the importance of saying that a mistake by a parent or a kid is not fatal, okay? It's not fatal. And that all deserve second, third, and fourth chances, all. And it takes a collective effort from the City of Houston, from HPD. Assistant Chief Troy Finner is here. Judge Marshall, did you want to say anything? You're back there. You sure?
I just want to let everyone know that the Houston Municipal Courts has a teen court. When I started with it 4 years ago, we had 13 students. We now have over 150 volunteers. The first line of a court system that most children see are the speedings, the peer pressure. I'm going to go into Walmart and steal some things. So we take those kids, and we have children who are trying the cases and they're doing very well, being the defense attorneys and the prosecutors. If you've never seen children in action being young lawyers, you need to come see them. But I can stand here today and tell you, out of the 400 cases we have tried in the last 4 years, we have not had one person repeat. So those kids are making a difference.
So from the courts, from the probation side, Sheriff Department, HPD on the police side, to My Brother's Keeper, you name it, these are wraparound services providing people with second, third, and fourth chances. We don't want to lose one kid. In the City of Houston, we don't have to lose one kid. And let me just tell you, give me that name one more time. Asa? Look, you're awesome, man. What a way to end the week. And the next mayor, like, I'm about to step aside right now. To the past, yeah. Not 2020 now.
It's yours now, Mayor Terry.
Now, don't get the program twisted. Let's stay. Yeah, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. But to Robert Reed, to Pastor and the First Lady. Okay, well, where's Hans? Come on, why don't you come up and say a few words? I don't want to leave out the DA's office. I mean, yeah, come on. Representative Kim Ogg, the Harris County District Attorney.
Thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Hans Nielsen. I'm the Division Chief for the Juvenile Division for the Harris County District Attorney's Office. I've actually been a Chief Prosecutor in Judge Snyder's court, had the honor of being serving in his court as a prosecutor for several years, and also in the 314th District Court. Now I'm the division head, and we've met with My Brother's Keeper. All of the prosecutors are on board to try and bring them as much as we can into our court system. We know that when juveniles are released, they really need supervision, and they often don't get what they need, and it protects the public, it protects them, and it's extremely important that organizations like them exist. And I agree with Judge Snyder. I wish we could expand it. I wish we could clone them throughout the whole community. It would be, that would be my ideal. But I know that that's difficult to do, and it requires a lot of dedicated people. And I've been very impressed with the people I've met, and I really, really admire them and appreciate what they've been doing. And we're on board. So, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Williams. I'm the director of the city's health department. Thank all of y'all for being here. This is National Gun Violence Prevention Month. And I think the thing that we need to keep in mind is that youth just don't pick up a gun and start to shoot. There are a lot of things that happen before that point. And what we're trying to do here is look at this from a primary and secondary prevention point. With My Brother's Keeper, the sixth milestone is reducing violence and giving individuals a second chance. And I think that you see evidence of what happens when people come together to really focus on getting a job done. I want to also acknowledge Omawale Allen and the Circle of Men who's been doing some work over at, I can't say a second, who's been doing some work over there. And what we're talking about is a number of government agencies, a number of nonprofit agencies, faith-based organizations, and the community really coming together, being willing to share the individual gifts that they have. Everybody. And so we are really grateful for everybody's participation in this. And I'll close it by telling you what I told Sheriff Gonzales when we met earlier, and that is, with the alignment of folks that we have in place now, if we can't get this done, I don't know who can get it done. And so I think it's time for us to really stop doing a lot of the talk and really start to take action one child at a time. And so I'm really grateful for y'all being here.
Thank you.
And
Mayor, if I could just have, I mentioned her earlier, but Director Jennifer Herring, Dr. Herring, she's the director of our reentry programs, and if she could just say a few words, because she's running point from the Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I just want to say I am so excited to be in the middle of a revolution. We are doing fantastic work at the Sheriff's Office, and I thank the Sheriff and all those who support him, who've allowed us to come in and actually take a part of applying restorative justice to the Houston community. I expect this to blow up and for it to take off and be a model for this nation, to go into the jails and help people. I walk the halls with him, and I hear him use the same words that I use. We have to love these people. Love is the panacea that will help these people find themselves and want to make a change for their lives. My grandmother said you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So we're going to lead them to the water and let them make the decision to drink. I thank you all for your support. We are the feet on the ground. I am going to match my case managers up with their case managers, and we're going to get some families saved. Yeah, how about it? Thank you.
Mayor, before you walk away from the podium, Mayor, I want to give you this orange in the spirit of gun violence, as well as, you have your choice to pick up all the other ones inside that bag, too, as well as a wristband. And in closing, thank you guys for coming out as your master servant. It's a very humbling experience to be here, and I'll leave you with this one sentence. It is better to do something with flaws than to do nothing without flaws. God bless you, and thank you. I think we're going to get a photo, guys. Judy? Wally? Bird?
When they do come out, because we were told this next year that the technology was going to be mandated.